So, my name is Jocelyn Wong. I'm a professional triathlete. Turned pro just about a year ago, and I got into triathlons when I was in college. I started out as a runner. I ran in high school track and cross country all 4 years. I had aspirations to go to the Olympics and all that for track, but I kind of knew I wasn't really up to that level.
Well, I was a high school teacher at Westmore High School and volunteered as an assistant track and cross country coach back in 95, 96, and Jo was a freshman when I first saw her racing cross country. And I would not have guessed at that point in time that she would be doing Ironmans. I knew that watching her race that she was very determined.
My name is Lucy Wong. I'm Jocelyn's mom. The time she go to college, she said she do all the cross country and track. And then when she go to college, a lot of people faster than her. So she said she cannot do it with them. And then the coach said, give her up. So she go to do the bicycle race. I do all those stuff. And I said, you have to be finished school and college in order you can join the track. I mean your Ironman race. So at least she finished her college with a major of prosthetic and orthotic. So I'm happy about it. So now she become an Ironman lady.
Okay, I wanted to run for my college team. It's a really small Division III college team, so really anyone could walk on and compete. But I came in with an injury and got another injury my freshman year in track.
She was definitely one who liked to do distance. Her sister Nat didn't want to do anything over 800 meters, but Jo liked the cross country, the 3.5, 5K, 3.1 mile, 5K. And the first time I saw her run, just all legs and pretty tired at the end of the race, but finished, and that was, I think, at the Lowell Invitational in San Francisco. And she kind of became one of the core members of that freshman group of girls. By the time she was a sophomore, her personality and her drive really created some good leadership, I think, for other girls around her. Even though she's always smiling and happy, she's very mature.
I ended up having to ride a stationary bike in the gym to stay in shape, and it was awful. So I ended up going bike shopping with one of my friends who was on the cycling team. And then I spent all of my scholarship money on a bicycle. It was a Specialized Alley M4 Pro, which was the bike that Peter Reed raced on when he won Hawaii. So before Specialized made tri-bikes, this was the road bike with the aero tubing. I ended up joining the college road team, so I competed on a cycling team, and at the end of my freshman year I biked from Claremont to Oceanside. It was about 100 miles, and I volunteered at the inaugural Ironman California. So this was when I was 18 years old, first time I ever saw a triathlon. And I volunteered as a wetsuit stripper. So they don't actually let you call them wetsuit strippers anymore. I think they call them peelers now. But it was my first time seeing a triathlon up close, and I realized that the Ironman triathletes came in all different shapes and sizes, a lot of different ages, and I think being 18 and really young, you see the people that are 60 and 70 years old doing Ironman, and you just think, well, if they can do it, you know, I certainly can do one. So I ended up signing up for the year afterwards. I never made it to the start line for that one. I didn't know how to train, overtrained, got a lot of injuries. But I did end up doing a sprint triathlon that first summer when I was 18. Doggy paddled the swim. It was probably 200 yards, and it took me 9 or 10 minutes because I didn't learn how to swim until I was in high school, barely, and it wasn't until I wanted to do triathlons that I really tried to learn how to swim. So by then I was 18, and you know, a lot of pros come from backgrounds where they learn how to swim when they're kids, and so that's why I still struggle with the swim today, but getting better at it. Brake checked out.
Oh yeah?
It's
Yeah,
leaning
it's definitely
to the side.
leaning.
Yeah, I don't want to keep like sticking my hand down there during the race.
You got a tool to fix it at the... Where's the worst?
I'll give you my little run.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Good?
Very good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Still want an M&M too.
Well, there's still time. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
find one. There's a CVS over by.
Or gas station. See, it's not the same.
You look like you're a pharmacist running to go give somebody a pill.
It's like a baton. I just need brake caliper tightened.
Okay, we'll get right with you.
Okay.
So I kind of put it under his name because he comes this morning. I figured it'd be a little bit easier.
Back here while you tighten.
So it's just a little askew. You got your wheel nice and straight in the frame.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, my God.
I should buy something.
They fix it?
Well, I'll buy something if I go in
You
there.
want to buy something?
You need tubes?
No, I've got lots of tubes. I don't know.
Canister?
I'll
CO2?
get a bottle or something.
CO2?
Tiger is ready.
I'll get that for you.
Okay, I'll find something to buy.
All right.
So, there was one time I was home from college and I went on this bike ride with my friend. It was one of the big hill climbs in San Jose in the Bay Area. And I guess we made it to the top, and on the way down it was probably my first bike crash. And that was the first summer I was riding, so I crashed a lot and have a lot of scars and road rash. But I guess that freaked out Mom. So that's what she remembers the most, because I guess I called her and said I couldn't come home and I would like stay the night over there because I needed to get rescued. But it was only skin. I have never broken any bones.
Okay, I'm gonna go take Ben up. Do you want to go with me? So. We're supposed to do the frolic.
You bring the bike in and stays inside. You can't take it back out.
Is that pre-race diet?
Oh.
She made us buy this chocolate chip.
Oh, but she still needs to taste it. And this is fresh, so you want to make sure that it's good.
So I got onto Team TBB as a development athlete from an amateur background, which is pretty unusual. Most of my teammates are already established pros, but when I got on, I was still racing amateur. I wasn't even a top-level amateur. I was pretty mediocre. My best time was like 12 hours and 8 minutes, and I started going to training camps in, I think, the fall of 2008, training with Brett Sutton and a lot of these big-name Ironman champions. And so I was put on racing probation, which meant I wasn't allowed to race until I got faster. But I started racing again early 2009. So I came in that year with like a 12:08 Ironman PR, and then at Ironman China, which was my first Ironman last year, I went an hour faster. I think it was almost exactly an hour, maybe 11:08. So that was pretty cool. It was like over 110 degrees and really humid, and I had a great race. So that was a good experience. And then I ended up doing training camps in the Philippines, Switzerland, and Korea. By the end of the year, last year, I actually ended up, I won 2 Ironman distance races in Korea. And then at the very end of the year, I did 3 Ironmans in 5 weeks. There was the one in Korea, the Great Man, and then Ironman Florida and Ironman Cozumel. And I ended up actually breaking 10 hours in Korea and in Florida. So then my best time was 9:54 after starting out the year with a best time of 12 hours and 8 minutes. Okay, so recently I moved to Delaware, the first state. Since I'm on Team TBB, TBB stands for the Bike Boutique. It's an international chain of bike shops, and we just opened up our first store in Wilmington, Delaware. So I've moved from San Francisco over to Delaware to help market the store, kind of as the resident pro athlete marketing rep. and it's been great. The cycling and tri communities have been really supportive, and it's a lot more cycling than I expected. It's in the part of the US called the Lower Brandywine Valley, and so there's a lot of really great country roads with no traffic lights, so there's a lot of places to ride. I swim with a couple groups. Mac, who's the owner of the store and the American coach for TVB, has his own swim squad, so I train with them. And also there's a local tri club called the Tri Dogs, so I swim with them once a week as well. But it's helped a lot. I have people to push me to train and swim harder when I'm not at training camp with my Team TVB teammates. Okay, so I guess I've been vlogging for a long time. I actually started vlogging when I was in college, and then when I got on the team 3 years ago, you know, we're all required to have a vlog, so I started vlogging on the Team TVB website. And even though I was like the slowest pro and, you know, not really that spectacular results-wise, I started to gain like a huge number of followers. I think because I came from an age group background that people can relate to, and I guess they like my writing style, and I have the whole thing where I'm telling people I want to be a triathlon superstar. So it all started out with like different steps in how to become a triathlon superstar, and every now and then I started having people tell me they are reading my blog and they really like my blog. And this year I've raced a lot more in the US, and at random events people will actually come up to me. Or the other day we were in line at some line in the expo, and there were 3 guys that kept looking over, and one of them finally asked my friend Amy, you know, "Is that Jocelyn?" And they wanted to get my picture with them, and you know, they were saying, you know, "This is so-and-so, he's a really big fan of your blog." And even when I'm racing, a lot of people will be like, "Go Wongstar," and I don't really know who these people are. So before you get used to people cheering for you that you actually know or recognize, but now there's a lot of people that I've never met that are out here cheering for me, and it's pretty cool. So I'm at Ironman Arizona for the first time. It's a really big pro field, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. At this point in my career, I'm looking at improving myself, and it's really hard to shoot for a place, especially when the field is so stacked with a lot of big name competitors. So for this race, what I really want to do is go for a good time. I mean, top 8 payout, and I might have the best race of my life, and there might be 8 women that are better than me, but if I have the best race of my life, then I will be as happy as if I won the race.
okay?
I had a good race. I feel good. I feel strong.
Awesome!
Okay.
Oh my goodness, you got
Thank you.
Give me salt.
Yeah, I
Let
don't
me grab
want
this.
anything sugary at all. Oh,
That's good. Awesome!
yeah. I'm quite happy with my race. I don't even know how I did, but I feel good. Last race of my
It was the best this year!
You're the best. That is under 10 hours.
No,
Right on!
it was like, I think 10:04.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Okay.
But I was, yeah, I was really happy with it.
I'm gonna ask you to look away. I love my hands, but it hurts to pray. The life I have isn't what I'd seen. The sky's not blue and the field's not green. I'm gonna ask you to look away. My broken life will never stay.